In this video, I'm going to talk about why third normal form is not a very productive theory, why it's a trivial theory, basically. So a good theory must work in the abstract. We take something uh, real, we apply a theory, we solve some, we have some results based on theory, and then we can reapply those results to the original real thing that we try to handle. So um, suppose somebody gives you a table and asks you if this table is in third normal form. And this table looks like this. It has 4 columns with weird names, right? We know that like there is a, classic definition of Boy's code normal form that uh, uh, that we must apply to answer this question, but we cannot apply that. We need more information about this table. So first we need to know where is the ID, and the second we need to know if what are the functional dependencies. So basically we need to answer the question from the previous video. We cannot know what the primary key is here. Somebody must tell us. And that somebody is probably the person who gave us this exam question. It could be Cooks, it could be a composite key from Cooks-Frowley, maybe even the primary key is not the first column because it's just the convention, and so on. Suppose that they tell us that the ID is Cooks, the first column. Now we need to go through each of the columns and answer the question from the previous video. Does it make sense, in principle, to change the Frowley, whatever that means, for Cooks equal to something, some specific value? We don't know what, because we don't know which values are there, and only for this value. We cannot answer that question unless we understand what that means, and we don't. And they can tell us that. They can basically, for each column, they can inform us that, I don't know, Frowley depends, trivially depends on Cooks, P trivially depends on Cooks, and Quant does not trivially depend on Cooks. But then what's the question? We already have all the information, and there is no we cannot contribute anything here. And that's why when they ask you those questions in exams, basically, they give you meaningful names, examples of meaningful tables with meaningful names. For example, table of restaurants, ID, name, address, city name. And using our common sense, everybody knows about restaurants, we can say that yes, name can be changed for a certain ID, address of the restaurant can be changed for a certain ID, and only for this ID, and city name cannot be changed for a certain restaurant, right? And that's why the first 2 columns are in third normal form, and the city name violates the third normal form. And simultaneously, what they try to teach us business modeling, because they want us to understand how the information about restaurants, for example, can be stored in a relational table. You can plausibly guess based just on your life experience, basically, for maybe, I don't know, 90% of real world cases. But unfortunately, there is a maybe small number of cases where we cannot use our common sense, where our common sense is not enough, I mean, because both options are possible. And we need to know exactly how the business works if we want to be able to answer if this is the ultimately if this is the correct table structure, basically database structure, even so we need an actual business modeling, and we're going to talk about a specific example in a follow-up video. Also, I'm going to talk about why normalize your tables is not a very actionable advice. And in one of the follow-up videos, I'm going to talk about the modeling approach that is presented in my database design book, which, yeah, thank you for watching.